Jaron Boots Ennis destroys Thomas Dulorme, first round KO, makes a huge statement. I'm about to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Listen, I don't know how you found my video, but somehow, some way, you made it. Please help others arrive at the content by throwing a like on the video. It goes a long way with such a free and simple gesture. YouTube has this feature. It's a thumb up. Click that. This enables me to put out content like this. Now, let's get into the actual topic. Jaron Boots Ennis. Man, highly impressed with this kid. Jaron Boots Ennis, his last two fights, Sergey Lipinets and Thomas Dulorme. These are both steps in the right direction. This was an opportunity for Jaron Boots Ennis to make statements, and guess what? He did that on both occasions. Jaron Boots Ennis, he's looking like a problem. The cheat code, a welterweight terror, a new terror in the welterweight division. So I'm looking forward to following his journey, and he got it all. Like, he got the look, clean cut look. He's from Philly. Philly's a fight town. A lot of great fighters hail from Philly. You got Bernard the Executioner, the Alien Hopkins. You got guys like Meldrick Taylor, one of my favorites, Jersey Joe Walcott, Dwight Mohammed Kawhi. I mean, there's a ton of Joe Frazier was from Philly. And now you have the more recent crop of fighters. You got guys like Danny Garcia, now Jaron Boots Ennis, Carl Dargan, Tevin Farmer. And, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jaron Ennis. Even you got Rocky Balboa. Nah, I'm just playing. Let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and cruel place that'll beat you there if you let it. Nothing is gonna hit as hard as life. Hey, yo, Tommy, you wanna... Shameless Rocky impression. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jaron Boots Ennis, man. He got everything. Like I said, he got the look, the style is spicy. He got that pizzazz. He will get you out of there flashy, knockout power in both hands. And he looks humble, you know, from what I've seen post-fight. He's putting on sizzling performances. And he's like, yo, glory to God. And, you know, want to thank my team. He's, you know, he seems like a cool dude. And I see him post a couple things about going to church, and he looks disciplined as well. I follow him on social media, all of the social media, the Instagrams, the Twitters, and he's like, got some miles in the bank, feeling good, missed to catch a body. So I think he got that. I think he has the ability to trash talk and all that. It just is going to take the right situation for that to come into fruition. But as far as the performance, man, I'm impressed with this kid. Jaron Ennis is, I've been telling, I know my man from Stockton. Shout out to my man Carl from Stockton. We were literally the only people like talking about Jaron Ennis for such a length of time. And I'm talking about way before Lipinets and Dulorme performance and stuff. And we were telling people, hey, this kid, he's spicy. And I know on my channel, I always use my platform to try my best to educate on the sweet science. Boxing has done so much for me, and it's the best sport in the world if we allow it to be. So I always try to pay it forward and give credit and praise and recognition and use my platform and my voice in this game and what I've built to shed light on who's next and who got next. And Jaron Ennis is one of those people, and I've told people, and I think people are starting to see it now. And I'm not trying to get credit, like I didn't raise Jaron Ennis, teach him how to fight, but I'm just telling you, I've been an advocate for it, and I've seen something special. And I tell you, on my channel, my favorite fighter, one of my favorite fighters of all time, as you guys know if you really watch my channel, is Roy Jones Jr. And I've said this for the longest, and I don't use this, I use this very sparingly. I see shades of Roy Jones Jr. when I watch Jaron Ennis fight. And that's big coming from me, if you know who I am, because I don't have to embellish or go over the top. And out of respect for Roy, I would never give somebody that type of praise if I didn't see something that looked potential special. Now, he hasn't done what Roy's done and hasn't showed it, you know, continually for the length of time Roy did, etc. but I see like just certain movements and the flashiness and his ability and agility to close distances quick, power, snappy, spicy style, you know. I see it. I see elements and shades of Roy. And this is customary. You see boxers, they're not, any boxer of this generation, they're not the first to do it. So, of course, people are going to be inspired by the people that came from before them. Now, I don't know Jaron Ennis' favorite fighters growing up, but it looks like Roy Jones could be one of them. Dulorme performance, I mean, I really don't have too much to say. I mean, I got a lot to say. I don't have much of a breakdown because there's not too much to break down. Jaron Ennis, he went out there and established his jab in the first round, and it was an educated jab. It was a strong piston, powerful jab. I'm really loving the usage of the jab in recent fights that we've seen. And there's a lot of great guys with the jab. Errol Spence Jr. has a great jab. Both Charlo brothers, Jermell and Jermall Charlo. More recently from some of the younger fighters, Shakur Stevenson, amazing jab versus Jamel Herring. And now you've seen it with Jaron Ennis. And I'm going to give a lot of credit to Shakur and Jaron Ennis for their usage of the jab, being that they're the age that they are, because certain things that I've seen, and I'm not trying to stereotype in boxing, but there are certain stereotypes that are somewhat true that you see in terms of boxing. Sometimes young fighters headhunt and they abandon the body attack. Sometimes young fighters, they're so worried about looking the part and things like that and the trash talking and stuff, and then they ease on their defense, or, you know, whatever the situation is. And from Shakur and Jaron Ennis to be their age and them to be as educated as they are, especially with using the jab, that's impressive because it doesn't always work out like that. Like you look at Josue Vargas also fought and he was knocked out in the first round. And what I noticed is it looked like the pre-fight banter and the fight week and the trash talking and, you know, the new taper and drip and stuff, that seemed to be more of the forefront of the performance. And then all of that did not culminate into what actually happened with Zepeda, because he got the knockout in the first round. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like more energy was put into that rather than, hey, we got to get a strategy because this guy Zepeda has power, right? And I got to give credit to the young guns who, in my opinion, are doing it right by just sticking to the fundamentals. The trash talking stuff is cool. See, I tell you this, and I'm the first one that I ever heard say it. Everybody want to be Money Mayweather and they don't want to go through the Pretty Boy Floyd stages. And I believe that. A lot of people, they aspire, they look at the end result. And in life, I don't think you could look at end results and that doesn't always tell you the journey. And I think it's become worse with social media, because with social media, people, all they do is, it's like, you don't know the failures. It's like an artist putting out a greatest hits album. So commercially, successfully on the Billboard, Grammy nominated, Grammy Award winner, they're giving you their greatest hits. They're not giving you the songs or the albums that flopped. So that's what social media is. People just show their greatest hits. Like, oh, I got a new car, or my relationship is so great. But you don't get to see the misses, the flops, the times where the person was way off, the L's. And it's like we're almost living in a fantasy society. And everybody wants to be, like in boxing, I think people aspire to be the end result, which is Money Mayweather. But to be Money Mayweather or anything close to it, you got to endure and go through everything that it took for him to get there. Dedicate your whole life to boxing. Be insanely disciplined. Have a crazy willpower. Constantly improve your skill set. Have good people around you and a good team, etc. And that's the difference. People, they want the pizzazz and stuff like that. But shout out to guys like Jaron Ennis and Shakur Stevenson, just based on the fact of they're delivering the type of performances expected. So Jaron Ennis, this is what I expected. I didn't know necessarily that it would be done in the first round, but I knew he could make a huge statement, and he was given the opportunity to, and he did that. Some people were hating and saying, oh, he gets hit too much, and It was just Dulorme. Dulorme, if you look at the fight with Terence Crawford, Dulorme was winning that fight. If you go, I don't know why. Like Terence Crawford, I don't know if he was just collecting data or whatever. It wasn't like Terence Crawford was getting demolished or anything, but Terence Crawford collecting data or whatever, he was paying a lot of respect to Dulorme, and Dulorme was winning the rounds. That's for sure. Go watch the fight. And then when Terence Crawford, it's kind of like the Kell Brook fight. When Terence Crawford started to open up, Kell Brook couldn't hang. And that's what happened with Thomas Dulorme. This Jaron Ennis never even gave Dulorme an opportunity to get into the fight. And Dulorme, for his credit, he was a valiant warrior and he showed tremendous heart, and he was literally trying to end it. And he was trying to, like, there were some shots he missed wildly. He was just trying to clip Jaron Ennis with something huge. And I got to give credit to Jaron Ennis because he stayed in there with that. But I got to give a lot of credit to Dulorme as well, because he was trying to execute Jaron Ennis with big looping shots, like trying home run shots. He was trying to test the kid, and he had a firefight and a shootout, and it didn't work out for him. Jaron Ennis connected. It looked like a temple shot behind the ear maybe. And Thomas Dulorme went down, and I could tell by how he went down, it was like, wow, I didn't expect that. And there was like a look of shock on his face, like, what was that? And you could tell his legs were bad. He got back up and he tried his best. And Thomas Dulorme even landed a significant right hand, I believe it was, on Jaron Ennis. But seconds later, after landing that right hand that you would expect to get Jaron Ennis's attention, Boots fired off a combination, like 3 punches, and then the third one just put him down again, and Dulorme's legs were completely done. Ref waved it off. Sensational performance with the sizzle. Listen, I'm giving him the Boxingego Sizzle Award. That was that sizzle. He stole the show. The Jamal James fight was good too with Butiev, but that was the performance of the night for sure. I love my job, and I love the ability to talk to people and talk boxing. And Jaron Ennis is one of the people, Boots is one of the people that makes my job even funner. So I'm going to be enjoying this journey of getting to watch his career, see how it plays out. He called out Errol Spence. He said, I'm in the IBF. He said he wants the big fights. You know, you got to give him props. Terence Crawford, Ugas fought Thomas Dulorme, and they did not knock him out in that type of fashion that quickly. So it shows you that the young gun is here, and it looks like he's going to be here for a while. He's going to be a handful for anyone at welterweight. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. That's all I got. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe to the next video. Ego signing off.